All right, folks, here we go again. In this video, Devin Levi. I'm going to bring him up again because of what he's doing. We got to take a look at this. Coming up. This kid, Devon Levi, I'm telling you, Adams is looking more and more like a genius getting this kid. But I got to keep into the context. He's young. Because young can go like this or like this. There's no way to know for sure. But I'll tell you what, this kid's looking amazing. The more and more this kid, his life unfolds in front of our eyes, the more and more it just looks so promising. It looks so promising with this kid. Unreal. And that's the question on this video. Do I believe he can be a Buffalo Sabre next year? I do. I do. I am not one of these fans that buys into the theory, oh, we're going to destroy him if we bring him up too soon. Where did that rumor come from? Like, honestly, like, you know, some of these announcers will say this and our fans will believe it. Sorry, I seen Patrick Waugh do it. I seen Marty Brodeur do it. I seen Ken Dryden do it. No, I just don't buy it. Not for everybody. Don't get me wrong. Of course, you want to develop your goalie. But if your goalie takes 4 years or 5 years of developing, you don't have an NHL goalie. You have an NHL filler goalie that will come in and play and do okay and not have a Hall of Fame career. But Hall of Famers, they're ready by the time they're 20, 21. Honestly, they are. They just come in and they do it. They don't care. They're not scared. They're not chicken shits. They just come in and they do it. No fear, you know? And I really believe this kid is fearless. I do. So let's take a look at some things here, and I'm going to point out to you why I think he's going to make it in the end of this video. I'm going to give you a bit of proof why. All right, let's go to clip number 1. Let's take a look at his profile and his exact numbers this minute. Here we go. All right, so now his goals against is down to 145. Save percentage is at 953, and he's got 10 shutouts. He's 28-1. And as you can see, he right now currently is sitting there at, his birthday was December 27th. And this kid, my goodness, he is just something else. He really is. He's just something else. Now, I want to show you the games. Okay, remember I did that chart video of them and broke it down. I want to show you the games, guys, all of them since I've done that video. Okay, here we go. Okay, now the top one you see there, guys, Massachusetts, that was the game. Remember I said last game he played, he was pulled, and then we had the break for the Olympics, right? So that's why, and take a look, he takes a month off the league, right? Hardly got any time at the Olympics at all. So take a look, January 22nd, comes back, plays February, a month later, 5 weeks. Later, against Connecticut, he makes 60 saves out of 61 shots. He let in one. So he in 60 saves and 61 shots. The next day, February 26th, the next day, not 2 days later, the next day, the next evening, or afternoon, whatever it was, 40 saves on 42 shots. Now that was last I reported him. Check since. He loses this one. He lets in one goal on 27 shots. Then the next game he plays, he lets in one goal and 31 shots. And in the back-to-back of that, he did another back-to-back, you see? 4th and 5th. On the back-to-back, he lets in 0 goals and 29 shots. This kid's going to win the Hobey Baker Award. He's going to. I'm just going to put it out there. He's winning the Hobey Baker. All right, let's take a look now. In a second, I want to just mention something here before we continue. So right now, he's showing all the signs, guys, of an NHL goalie. Forget an AHL goalie. God, we got to get that thinking out of our heads where, oh, we got to go send him down and he's got to develop. Why? Why, if he's ready? If this is a superstar, we're just going to get him up, I hope. I don't want to do this thing again when we have these AHL goalies all season. No. The best experience you can get, the absolute best experience, guys, is NHL experience, okay? NHL experience destroys AHL experience. Yes, I get you're grooming goalies down there and you're getting players ready, okay? But you're not just going to hope that you're going to put this guy down in the minors for a few years. If he's capable, we got to see what he can do now. Now. He's showing all the signs now. You know what would serve us a good lesson? We send him down to the minors and he gets injured for the season. That would teach us a damn good lesson. It would. We got to do something. Let's get it done. Let's get him up here and see. There's no way to know unless you put him in the fire if has survival instincts. There's no way to know. You don't do it by sheltering and protecting. No. Not a superstar. And this kid appears to be a superstar. He does. I'll give you some proof. Okay, here we go. Yeah, remember him, guys? You take a look. How old is he? 20. 20. Didn't this guy just stop us yesterday, right? Right? What are we going to say? We played bad and Spencer Knight didn't really have to make any saves? That's not true. You didn't watch the game then. I did. Knight made some good saves in the game, no matter what. He looked composed. He looked calm. It might be easier to play with the lead. So what? Maybe they play better knowing he's in nets. And that's why they get the lead in games. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Let's be fair here. I think Spencer Knight is an NHL goalie now. Not next year, and we're going to develop him. And no, enough of that crap, that crybaby stuff. No. Look at this. Check this out. Okay, in this clip here, this was last year. Now, guys, take a look at his first NHL game, okay? You see at the top, number 1, right? April the 20th, 2021. How old was he? 20 years and 1 day old. 20 years and 1 day old. And what did he do in that game? He stopped 33 out of 34 shots. Then you see, and then you go down. He got in another game. Looks like he came in for a period, I'm guessing, in that one. And he stopped 9 for 9. So his first 43 shots in the NHL in his young career, he stopped 42 of them. Then the next game, he stops 24 out of 27. Not bad. And there he shows he's a little human, but they won the game. But he stopped 25 out of 29. Now, go down further. Now we're talking, okay? This is where, for me, it's important. What happens? How old was he there in his first playoff game? 20 years and 35 days old against Tampa Bay. What does he do? He wins. He stops 36 out of 37 shots. The story gets better than that in a sec. I'm going to show you something. But this is why I'm a big believer. This is a perfect example of the chicken shit thing of us protecting and sheltering. And no, not when you got a stud. No. Put him in. See what happens. If he can't handle it emotionally, you'll see. It's not like we're getting him to go rob a bank here. We're just putting him in to play hockey, which is what he's done all his life, you know? Check this. Okay, let's go to that box score, guys. I want to point something out here, all right? See it? Now, there's the game that he comes into play. But take a look at the top of the screen. Game 1, Tampa wins 5-4. Game 2, Tampa wins 3-1. Game 3, Florida win in overtime, okay, to get back in the series. Now it's 2-1. And then game number 4, Tampa wins 6-2 in a rout. Now they're down 3-1, Florida. What do? They bring in their young goalie. And there it is. The one that's highlighted in yellow is the game you see below. Now take a look. It gets a little better, this story. They win 4-1, right? And look at the scoring summary. Look when Tampa Bay scored. This is his first playoff game of his career, Spencer Knight, okay? Look, Tampa score 53 seconds in, and he shuts them out the rest of the evening. While the season's on the line. While they're facing elimination. And yeah, they lost the next game. But my point is this, I don't buy into I think it's actually sad that some fans think we have to develop goalies for 4 bloody years in the minors. I think it's a sad way to think. I just do. You know, I'm never going to think that way. So it just drives me nuts. And this is a smart organization, this Florida organization. Obviously, they went with the kid, with the whole season on the line. They took the 20-year-old kid and threw him in there. And what did he do? He won against the defending Stanley Cup champions while their team was facing elimination. And think of all the pressure on Florida, too. They haven't won a playoff series since '96. All these things in the papers, right? They're done, they're finished. He comes in, he's a stud. He lets in a goal the first minute, shuts the door the rest of the night. This kid reminds me. Okay, and don't forget, this is the organization that Levi came from. Okay, let's not forget that also. It's not because of that. I'm pointing this out because of the ages of the goalies. They had 2 young goalies. They can't keep both. They had to move one. And you can bet the Sabres, I'm sure, made a pitch for Spencer Knight. I'm sure they did, but I'm happy with Levi. So I think next year, yes, he can be on the team. But I also think that if we don't try him and give him some time in the nets, we deserve what we get. We do. We do. We deserve to get, we deserve to sign some guy for like $7 million a year and he gets hurt halfway through the year and end of season. No, sometimes you got to take chances in life. Everything can't be safe all the time. We got to take chances. I would love the Sabres to give this kid a chance next year. And I'm not thinking him be here the whole year, but I'd like to see him get him 4 or 5 games next year. I think he's ready. His numbers don't lie, guys. They're insane. These are insane numbers, what this kid is doing. Insane numbers. These aren't just good. These are great numbers, what's going on. So we can pretend all we want. He's in a weaker or softer division. No. I seen what he did for Team Canada. Please explain that. No. I want this kid to get a chance. I really do next year. And I won't be mad if he gets a chance. He plays through preseason. We'll see him in preseason, guaranteed. And then we can talk about moving UPL. Especially if UPL gets hurt again. I've had enough. I want the Sabres to have a future. I don't want to have a struggle. I'm sick of the struggle thing, really. All right, that's my rant. I want to see this kid next year up in our team. And if he gets shelled a few games, good, because that's not going to hurt him. That's not going to hurt his confidence. Athletes don't think, oh my God, I'm a loser because they lost a few games. It just doesn't work that way. What you look at is you sit there logically and you watch the videotape of yourself and you say, there it is right there. That's what I did wrong. Like, that's what happens. They don't sit there crying at home with their teddy bears. All right, guys, lights out for this one. I know I might do another one later. We'll see, but I do want to get these up. So let me stop ranting and I'll get on perhaps another video later on tonight. See you then.